Retired filmmaker George Lucas.
And now here's the thing.
Yes.
We've reached the part of the show. We're 90 minutes in.
I feel so relaxed. My body spent all day like preparing itself because it is trained to feel like every Sunday I am going to be pushed onto the threshold of a physical and mental breaking point.
But we're not this week.
No, my body didn't even know how to react with the extra time I had, with how little I was going to be tested.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. Like this week, we're just like Popstar never stopping.
Popcorn.
Never stop stopping. Is thematically in this new format, you know, we don't have a money goal that we're pushing toward. We don't have anything.
We should say, if people want to support Planet Scum, they can go to planetscum.live. There's a button at the very top that says support, and then you can pick which show it is you're supporting in the name of, and that really helps to keep the lights on at Planet Scum.
Right.
Yeah.
Such as Bryson and Dave, who are keeping this thing afloat.
Yeah.
Hey,
programming that is coming.
Someone in the chat, I don't want to go back to our fundraising days, but someone is saying they'll pay $50 if we watch Popstar. I have the Blu-ray. I don't know if you guys have access to it.
Well, here's the thing.
I believe George may have just watched it.
Well, here's the thing, though. We can rent it for just a few dollars, but if
George,
people,
someone's saying I'll match that 50.
Well, that pays for the rental. Because here's the thing. This show, I'm a billionaire, but I give most of my money to education. If we want to put a link up for Edutopia, edutopia.com.
George, hang on. Yeah. Someone, I got a surprise for you.
Okay.
And Lotto.
What?
All right.
You know, you two guys are too young. I feel like Bob Hope walking on the Johnny Carson show back in the day. He would just walk into the show, and the band would go ba 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 da da da.
I want to be clear. I want to be clear. George and Lotto did not know you were coming in.
This is genuine joy and excitement.
I got to tell you, it's Sunday. It's hot here in LA. I'm totally bored out. And in fact, I turned on the show to watch, and I said, you know, they got a talk show going here. I don't know what guests are coming on. They may not have room, so I just, you know, anyway, I'm here. How are you?
It's honestly, it's Bobby. It's so wonderful to see you. It feels like I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, attendance in action. We get so used to seeing you once a week for over an hour that we go 1 week without you, and it makes me feel like something giant is missing from my soul.
Well, I feel the same way. It's like, because each week I said I look forward to Sunday, especially with no ball games on.
This is the ball game right here.
This is the major league right here.
And I watch. I heard you were talking. I heard you talking a couple hours ago about Norman Rockwell.
Yeah. Right. That's right.
Hey, my wife is from the Berkshires. My wife. Oh, there you go.
There's some Norman Rockwell. Saturday evening.
My wife is from the Berkshires.
Yeah.
So Great Barrington, Stockbridge, and that's where she's from. And her mom, who is now 94 and living in assisted living, knock wood, which is healthy, she used to be a waitress many years ago. I guess before World War II, at the Red Lion Inn in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, which is where Norman Rockwell would hang out. And of course, the museum is there. And she would say he was the rudest son of a bitch you'd ever meet in your life. One time, I mean, he would pour, other waitresses would come by and he'd say, give him like hot tea, and he'd take the waitress's hand and put it in the tea and says, "Is this hot?" And
is this hot? Picture this. Look at this son of a bitch. Look at this guy. Is this hot?
Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Is this hot?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a Norman Rockwell book, but I was jealous of everyone else holding up pictures, so I got my RoboCop book. I'm sorry.
Anyway, but he asked her to pose for a painting, and she thought he was the biggest. He was so rude. She said no, and her name is Mel. I said, Mel, yeah, you should have said yes.
Yeah.
She could have been Mother Girl. She could have been Mother Girl.
Right. Yeah, Butter Girl.
You know what it'd be like? It would be like saying no to Norman Rockwell, who wants to paint you. It would almost be like getting a part in a Woody Allen movie and then saying, fuck you. It's
Get out.
I mean, even worse than that, it's almost like he hired you and then afterwards you said fuck you. Like you did it, and then you said a lot of fuck you stuff.
I finally saw that. I finally saw said movie.
How is it?
He's been to be truth be told. Okay, let me.
All we do is tell the truth, Bobby.
Okay,
I'm George Lucas. This is Watto. This is a show where we tell the truth. So just lay it all on the. Also, no industry is watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Woody Allen to me is one of the 2 or 3 biggest inspirations. I grew up. He was the guy, and comedy is basically generational for the most part.
Hey, I'm Jewish. I get it.
Woody, Mel Brooks, and in the stand-up world, it was Pryor, it was Carlin, Cosby, and so Woody has and as a filmmaker, a very special place. That said, his last, what he does now is he just shoots first drafts. That's all he does, and it's so slight, the movie. And the other thing is that my wife mentioned no 20-year-olds talk like Woody Allen, are speaking in Woody Allen writing style. They don't talk like this. There's not one pop culture reference made from this generation. There's scenes where he's talking about Jimmy Cannon, who was a sports writer from the 50s and 60s. So nobody talks like that. He always gets super talent. And
I would say
not a lot there. His last 4 or 5 movies, there's just not a lot there. He's knocking them out. He has a work ethic second to none, and he knocks them out. And once in a you get a Blue Jasmine, and you get a Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and you get a Paris, and but that's out of 20.
Well, you're right. They're first drafts and they're assembly edits. It literally is like they line them up and they throw in a couple of his 78s on the soundtrack. And I would almost say that to a certain extent, when he writes for young people, it's almost the opposite of a Star Wars, because Star Wars starts out and it says a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And then it shows you something that we all perceive as the future.
Yes.
Whereas Woody Allen makes movies that are set now, but the characters make pop culture references that a young person might make in 1950.
Exactly.
So there's a disconnect there.
It's funny, Bobby, you mentioned how sort of out-of-date the references the young characters make are. I heard a rumor that on set, when actors were asking for help with motivation in scenes, the touchstones he would use were exclusively Bob Hope movies.
Yeah, well, he does. After reading the book, I being a Woody Allen, like I said, he was a guy, and Bob Hope is his favorite comic as far as the early movies. Now, the early Bob Hope movies are very, very good. Everything before he started reading cue cards in the in the late 50s, early 60s. He watched the early stuff. Hope is, again, let's throw politics away for a second. Hope at one time had the #1 TV show, the #1 movie, the #1 radio show. I mean, you can't imagine how big Bob Hope was in his early movies.
Oscars, and he was entertaining the troops.
Bobby, Bobby, rebellions were built on hope.
That's how they all started, with Bob Hope.
But Hope, what Woody loved is the Hope character.
Yes.
It was like, in fact, Woody will tell you, he was playing, he basically is doing in his early comedies, when you see Love and Death or you watch him in Sleeper, he's basically playing Bob Hope. It's all, he says it, it was a coward and he chases girls.
Right.
That's pretty much the Hope. So the Hope references are going to be there.
Right. But I'm saying, like, even on set, if Timothy Chalamet is asking for a little bit of guidance in his character, maybe hypothetically the thing he was told was...
He probably mentioned Casanova's Big Night.
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
That's the rumor I heard.
Bobby, what is on your hat? What's the top of your hat?
Actually, this is the actual hat. Arnold's hat. Scalping Sammy. Remember we did that?
Oh, yeah.
I thought this week would be topical because it looks like the Redskins are going to change their name.
Yeah.
And this was Scalping Sammy. This was our takeover.
Is it going to be? Are they going to be the Red Tails, Bobby? Is it going to happen? Are they going to be the Red Tails?
I always thought I thought they made the mistake. What they should do if they're going to change the name, if they're really going to change the name, change the first name, Bloodthirsty. You see, you take that one out. If you change Washington to Bloodthirsty, that'll be better, I think, right? And just keep it.
That makes it. It's a double negative.
Right. Go that way. Right. Go that way. That would be really. That would be really like the NFL.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it's going to be. I would get a. I would get away.
What about like if you change the name to like the socially oppressive white people? You know what I'm saying? And the mascot was like a white man in a suit who's like, look, let's not push things too fast. That's sort of the character.
Well, you can go that way, or you go the other extreme with the guy with the plaid flannel shirt with the AK-47 in his hand.
Right.
And say socially oppressed, go that way. You can have both of them. You could have both of them.
I want to say something because this is coming up in the comments. People are saying sports teams often work well with an alliterative name. What about the Washington Wattos?
Oh, that's the best
one. Oh, really good one. That's
nothing problematic about this guy.
Yeah, that's very good. Unfortunately, Dan Snyder, the guy who owns them,
that's right.
He would probably go with Bob Hope references more. I mean, he's coming from another place, I like the Wattos. I really do.
Good team.
Yeah.
By the way, so would Disney.
Good.
Yeah.
That's right.
Really. Have you watched? Have you watched? I'm going to watch tonight this documentary, "The Ghost of Peter Sellers." You've heard about this?
No.
It's a documentary.
I haven't seen the documentary.
No, it's years ago. Peter Medak, who was a big time director in 1973, he directed Peter O'Toole in a terrific movie called The Ruling Class, and then he got offered he wanted to direct a pirate movie, and he got Peter Sellers to do the ghost of some pirate movie, and Sellers did everything he could to sabotage the movie. Wow. He even faked a heart attack at one time.
Wow.
And he had to be jet-vac, medevac to England, and they saw him that night at a party. But it's all about how this destroyed his career, and they have all these clips of it, and the guy didn't work again for 30 years.
Wow.
And it's called The Ghost of Peter Sellers, and it's I'm not seeing it.
It really sounds like it wasn't a seller market.
I'm paying a couple of bucks for it. Prime Video.
I believe right now it says Prime Video. It says it's free.
Well, then I'm out of a couple of bucks.
Wow.
I think you got.
Sellers. Sellers. He's another one of those guys in my generation.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a couple of people who, when they died, and this happens very, not that often. Artistically, a little piece of me left. One was Patty Chayefsky, the writer. Peter Sellers was another. When there's a great story about Sellers. He was at his height, and he was a huge movie star. He had booked a screening room for a couple of friends, and when they arrived, the movie that they had selected to be screened wasn't there. This is in the late 60s, I think. And they had another, and he goes, the guy, Sellers goes, was there anything you could screen here? And he goes, there's only one movie here that nobody wants to watch, and we don't even know if it's going to get a distributor. And he goes, what's it called? And he says, Springtime for Hitler. And he says, well, that sounds funny. Let's watch it. And it is indeed becomes the producers.
Yeah.
And Sellers took out, the story is he took out an ad, and he called Mel Brooks, and he had a lot or took out an ad in Variety or something like that. And he talked about how he just seen the funniest movie of the year. And I mean, Mel Brooks gives Peter Sellers a lot of credit for getting that movie out.
Bobby, I thought of a joke about something you said earlier. Can we circle back for a second?
Okay.
Yeah. Is it okay if we circle back?
Is it okay if we circle back?
Patrick, do you have time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine. Go ahead.
So, Bobby, you said the thing about Peter Sellers was really big. It was like the peak of his career, right?
Yeah.
Can you say that one more time?
Well, Peter Sellers was huge. I mean, Peter was a major movie star.
Oh, so you're saying it was a seller's market?
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. That's what makes you you.
You gotta circle back, baby. Yes.
Watto, I'll say I like that.
It's like how David wrote. It's like how David wrote the famous song with Burt Bacharach.
Yep.
What was it all about?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, Bobby.
That would actually be great, Watto, if we could pair you with the puppet Alf from the 1980s sitcom and have Watto Is It All About Alfie.
Yes.
The famous Gordon Shumway, Alf himself.
Bobby, Tom Sharpling, who I don't think is watching this week, but host of the best show on WFMU and frequent antagonist of this live show, he suggested that if you ever come back post Arliss on the George Lucas talk show, that we should give you a little segment for whenever you're available, a little segment called All's Wool That Ends Wool.
I like that.
Right? Especially coming in at the end of an episode like this. You're really ending things wool.
Okay, well, if we ever come back, that's a big if. That's a big if, but I thank you for the opportunity. Anyway, listen, if you've got other guests, okay, I just wanted to drop on by. I'm sure you do.
Appreciate it.
It's so great to see you, Bobby. I missed you so much.
We missed you so much.
Anyway, I missed you too, guys, and have good luck and stick it out in New York. It's
good seeing you.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
We'll see you soon.
Good for the soul. It's good for the soul to get a little Bobby.
It was.
That's right.
It was fun.
I think he thought you were saying that should be a segment if Arliss comes back.
Right. Maybe.
I think he thought you were saying that there should be a segment at the end of every episode of Arliss.
Fuck. I fucked that up.
Otherwise, because he seemed to doubt that this show would come back.
I know.
And I'm like, I think he thinks you think that every episode of Arliss should end with All's Wool That Ends Wool.
And he seemed to get upset in the same way he gets upset when we pitch Baby Carlos. But I was very much trying to say, we want you back here whenever you're available, and you have a special prime slot called All's Wool That Ends Wool.
I wouldn't, Watto, I don't think you did anything wrong, Watto, but I do think that somehow you did the opposite of what you intended to do.
It was a sort of series of comical misunderstandings, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it ended on that segment. What I think maybe we might fairly say that was the first edition of All's Wool That Ends Wool.
Correct.
Let's say that's a backdoor pilot for that segment.
Right.
It's not official. We're not gonna brand it. We're not gonna go back in post
and add Starsky and Hutch TV movie.
Wait a second.
What?
Padawan and kids mean the same thing.
God. What are you talking about?
I get the joke now.
What was the joke?
Your joke from earlier, Watto.
No, my joke was Padawans just don't understand because it sounds like parents from the Will Smith.
Oh, never mind. I thought I got. I guess
it's almost the exact opposite.
No, Kids is a notorious Larry Clark film,
right?
In which the main character Telly has a nickname. He's known as the Virgin Surgeon.
Watto, I'm going to be honest. I thought
it's a tremendously disturbing film.
I remembered your joke being Padawans say the darndest things.
No, absolutely not. But thank you for the punch up.
That is the second and final Bill Cosby reference of this episode.
Absolutely.
Agreed? Agreed? I think we can agree.
Absolutely. And can I make a suggestion?
Unless we want to mention, I believe somewhere in Skywalker Ranch, there might be an old Leonard Part 6 poster that was donated to Skywalker Ranch at one point. I think it's in storage. We haven't been able to get rid of it.
Now, can I just quickly say, because even with some speed bumps, we would like for All's World That Ends World to be a regular segment. Can I now propose a segment that I hope never comes back on this show?
Sure, what is it?
George describing elements of Larry Clark's Kids.
I mean, that's the only element. I don't think there's a second element, right?
There better not be, because something really physically upset me hearing you describe Divergent Surgery. I do think genuinely that there should be, if anyone, when the cinemas reopen, or if any drive-thrus want to do this, I think a fascinating triple bill screening would be the Disney documentary Babies, followed by Larry Clark's Kids, and then you complete the trilogy with Grown Ups starring Adam Sandler, and that's a life lived. Yes. That's the whole ball game right there. It's like right. It's like the 7 Up series. You get to watch the full age. Yes.
You see these adorable babies. Yes.
Everybody should tweet Bobby and let them know that they really enjoyed having him come back.
Yes, and hope that, and clarify that he continues to come back on the George Lucas talk show for his segment All's World That
Ends Well, and turn the S's in it to $signs, please.
Yes. Yeah. And also say it doesn't have to be every week. It's at his own convenience.
Whenever he feels like it, the floor is his to end off our shows.
Should we watch
right now? Right now, I think it is being fairly described that the first part of this show, and here's the thing: we can end the show at any point now because it's a normal show.
Yeah.
We're like Chris Red. We can leave whenever we want.
We can leave whenever we want. At any point, we can say, "Hey guys, I gotta go."
Yeah, I think Patrick just left. I gotta go. Patrick just left.
Maybe.
But I want you to know that that's what it would be like.
That's what it'll be like.
It was okay.
However, one thing that we should I'm going to circle back. I'm going to circle back, if I may.
George Villaswato.
He'll be back. He'll be back, or he won't. Okay. Maybe that's the end of the show. Maybe that's the end of the show.
Okay.
This is the only. Any other talk show?
Sorry, I tricked you. I wanted you to see what it was like.
Actually, I think I'm done. I'm going to go.
Fair enough. Well, I guess this is the end of the show, right? I mean,
I'm not sure if George knows how to re-add himself to the stream, so it might just
definitely not. It might be the end of the show.
It might just be us.
It really does. I mean, it's crazy how I don't want to say this glibly, but how less overwhelming this show is now after doing 12 hours at the time. I don't want to sound like, oh, this is a piece of cake now, but it really does feel like fun. Oh, hey, Dave, how's it going? You're muted. No, Dave's gone. Dave's gone. I was going to say, I mean, people want the live stream to continue and us to watch movies and raise more money, but I feel like we want to make the marathons count. You know, we're going to do one fundraiser marathon a month. It's going to be longer. We're going to try to raise more. Oh, Patrick, you're back.
I want to say that George did say in the private chat, add me back, which means he definitely does not know how to bring himself back in.
Absolutely doesn't know how to do it. I don't know what he's done wrong. But I kind of feel like we should end it. I know we were like talking about possible things we could do.
Oh, wow.
My feeling is like, let's do a proper 2-hour show for the first normal one, so that in future weeks maybe one of them goes a little bit long and the live streams go really long. But I feel like if our first normal one gets too long, we're setting an unrealistic expectation that we're going to have to repeat.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my feeling. I feel like we want to be able to take care of ourselves by just doing a clean 2 hours when we need to.
Now, here's the thing. One of the things that we were mentioning before we started our new recurring segment, which is All's Well That Ends Well.
Yes.
One of the things that we were talking about was that if people want to help out a little bit, help support the channel, and I believe there were some offers of, you know, an odd.
But that was only if we watched a movie.
That was only if we watched the movie. Hold on. And
throwing money away.
Hold on.
Those amounts
George, what are you doing? Hold on.
From those specific people.
George, we're doing a short stream, and you're pretending like we're still on for 12 hours.
Well, first of all, the show
show
still does. It's not free. Every time I eat a tapioca,
yeah,
that costs money. That doesn't, and obviously I give all of my money to education and Edutopia.
Yeah. Just because George is unemployed right now doesn't mean he needs money.
No.
No.
The money's going to run out eventually.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, we might be in the final, let's say 30 to 32 seconds of the stream right now. We could be in the final, less than a minute left in the stream.
It's very possible.
It could be the part where we thank everybody.
Yes.
However, I do have a thought that for our shorter shows, they should be at least as long as my friend Marty's film, The Irishman.
George.
Because one of the things that that I think would be funny is if our short episodes had a minimum length of something that is only known for being too long.
George, if we open that box, you realize we can never go back to doing a normal length show again. This is just the point I want to make. We might be in the last 30 seconds, or you might be making a decision that you regret for upwards of a year.
More than that. More than that.
More than
who
that.
knows? I'm saying who knows?
We're beginning this. This is the beginning.
I want to say, I'll say this. I am Team George. Watto seems to be on an island all of his own. I'm okay with ending it, but it feels like, we all got dressed up for this. Watto put on George put on his jacket. I put on George's jacket.
And we had two superstars, luminaries of the industry, and we dug in with them, and then Bobby came back, and we all cried, and all was Wuhl that ended Wuhl.
And yet, here we are with $100 on the table if we watch the Popstar movie.
Watto, I need you to know, I spend $7 every opening crawl that I have to create. It would be nice to watch the Popstar movie and get a little bit back.
Where does the $7 go?
You have to pay the website that makes it.
Yeah.
There's a website that makes the crawl that costs $7 a crawl.
Yeah. Watto, welcome to the real world, Watto. We can't all just throw our lunch out the window.
Watto, if we get that nice $100 for watching Popstar, that basically pays me back from the beginning of this show.
Wait a second.
That's not even counting my 1600 pen outfit or my Arliss jersey.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, this show might end in the next 30 seconds. This might be the last 30 seconds. But
Wait a minute.
What?
No, I literally mean it. Let's look at the clock. Let's wait 1 minute.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So now, wait a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were you saying, Watto?
Trying to remember. We're talking about getting dressed up, having Chris and Mary.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? I can't remember. That was a minute ago.
We were talking about whether or not the show is over
in
the next 30 seconds.
But but before that, obviously, I was offering that as a conditional, saying like, look, I know the shows might be over the next 30 seconds, but I want to say something, and I forget the thing I wanted to say. Oh, I want what?
No, I just want to say, I think by the fact that we're already past that 30 seconds, it means we got to keep going.
I didn't say it's going to end in the next 30 seconds or it goes on for another 2 hours. All I said was it might end in the next 30 seconds. And I want to say right now, at this present moment, there's a chance this ends in the next 30 seconds. But I want to ask Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a crawl website, and you can type in anything you want, and it costs $7. But this $7,
so you can get it
flat rate.
Yes. So you can get it for free, but you have to get in a queue, which as of right now, I believe is over a year.
Wow.
Or it's $7, or it's $7 and you get it in 3 hours, or I think it's $10 and you get it instantly.
And is there any sort of text limit?
I don't know. I also want to add, someone says, wait, weren't we promised to watch Studio 60? Yes, in September.
September 11th weekend. August, Big Lake. October.
September.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, we did say something. Do we want to say what that was?
Yes, no, we can say it, but I don't feel like we committed. The next two are locked in. August is Big Lake, 10th anniversary of the premiere, and then the weekend of September 11th, don't forget, we're watching all of Studio 60 for charity.
Yeah, and I believe it'll be the 16th anniversary for Studio 60.
Never forget.
And then October, what we had said, we're going to say it again? Because that was late.
What we had said was Muppets Tonight. But there is something that came up a little bit relevant to today's show that I feel like I want to suggest. And I know we've talked about it privately, but I want to say it on main.
Is it Empire?
Cavemen.
Oh, sure. I don't know if that's available anywhere.
We could find it. People, you sound like you sound like Chris Gethard saying, "I don't think Big Lake is available anywhere." Oh, we proved him wrong, didn't we?
Yeah, he was right in the middle of it. He couldn't see the lake for the trees.
Yes, and I feel like if we go into some caves right now, we might see that the caveman taped some DVDs of cavemen up there, and it was the original storytelling.
Okay, if we... okay, wait, but Watto, hang on. What if we did this? If we do it the second week of November, it will be the 13th anniversary of the series finale of Cavemen.
Fine, then Muppets Tonight is October, Cavemen's November.
Right, what a year this is.
We have to find it. We have to be able to find it.
I believe I will be able to find it in 2 minutes. I feel very confident.
And one thing,
Cavemen cannot be erased from the internet.
And one thing we should probably go ahead and say and give people 2 months warning on it is that Studio 60 is not available to stream anywhere
for free.
For free. So we're going to have to spend what?
I believe it's $20 for the whole season on Amazon, or you can get the DVDs. The DVDs are available.
Now,
Muppets Tonight is all on YouTube.
Yep, and I found a playlist with all of Cavemen on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And
great. Okay.
So who should people start tweeting at to try to get Studio 60 available between now and September? Peacock?
Bradley Whitford, Matthew Perry, not D.L. Hughley because he's a super spreader. What about Nate Cordry? What about Sarah Paulson?
Shouldn't we tweet more at businesses because I don't feel like these actors are going to be able to make their show available.
But we should also if people want to tweet at actors saying that we're doing a marathon in September.
I thought that's what we were asking. Okay,
no,
so who do we ask about this?
At Peacock saying, please offer Studio 60 for free to non-Peacock subscribers.
When does Peacock launch? And isn't Peacock also going to be free?
No.
Free the Peacock. That's a good hashtag. Let's campaign in the same way that Bernie Sanders has campaigned for college to be free.
Yeah.
He should make a movement that Peacock should be free.
Excuse me. I'm on the Peacock site right now. It's launching this month. It is free but ad-supported. Peacock Premium.
Okay.
Costs money but is available for free to Xfinity.
Let's start the hashtag premium should be freemium.
Should we come up with the Studio 60 Lucas hashtag?
Yes, about getting it on Peacock. It should be on Peacock at launch.
Yeah, but also to get guests on here.
To get guests on it. I feel like this is a production meeting and not something we do in the episode.
Yeah, it feels like we should have ended this episode too.
No, we've got hours to go, Watto. There are $100 on the table for us to watch Popstar and Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Let's watch Popstar, guys. Watto, this isn't sticking us in for every week needs to be this long. People
strongly disagree.
Watto,
I think this is the 1 week. This is the 1 week where anything we do will create the expectation that we'll do it forever.
No. Watto. Okay, here we go.
We're going to make it clear. Let's make it clear. I think if we make it clear to people, from now on, unless we're in a charity watch-a-thon, these shows can end whenever we want them to end. That could mean that some weeks you'll tune in for a George Lucas talk show, and 30 seconds after we start, we will end the show.
And people, like, you may not even know. We could just...
Yeah, that kind of thing could happen. And that's the precedent we've established, is that we do what we want.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's the thing. If this was a broadcast TV show, they tell those shows when it's time to end. They say you have an hour. You have a half hour.
George.
No one tells us when to end our show. I'm not leaving the stream again because you all won't let me back in if I do it.
We should, George, and I guess it's good that Watto's here.
Trying to prepare people for the precedent, yes.
If people want us to watch Popstar, say, hell yeah, Popstar in the chat. If they say, no, we don't want you to watch Popstar, say, hell no, Popstar.
No, I think it has to be... I think it has to be trying to see if we can get a number of people to throw in just $1 to Planet Scum.
Yeah.
Like
but
how many?
It's not a fundraiser. It's not a fundraiser.
It's not the fundraiser, but we're trying to keep the lights on. How many viewers do we have right now?
We have, according to this might be wrong, but it says 243 is what I'm seeing.
That's high for us.
That's high.
Watto, we gotta watch Popstar.
What I'm saying, is there a way for us to see that $1 donations are rolling in?
I will not know.
But will Bryson know?
Will Bryson know?
No, I believe it goes.
Will Bryson know? Will Bryson know? Bryson,
do you know?
Oh, what you know?
Do you know?
Bryson knows where the money goes.
Bryson knows where the money
goes. Oh, Bryson knows where does the money go.
Wait, guys, hang on. Real question. Wait, I have a real question. Should we watch the OC finale again?
Of the whole series or season 2?
Season 2. Charles Widmore falls in a pool.
I think Bryson's got some questions to answer.
Bryson, what's your question?
Bryson, answer the question. No. Answer a question, Bryson.
I'll say if you want to know in a short period of time, I can I can know.
Okay.
However, if you want to do the normal George Lucas thing of being able to access all the time, can't do that. But
no, we're not asking for that. We're asking for this is a very short-term, immediate goal, and you're saying Bryson could know where the money goes. Only Bryson could know where the money goes. Bryson could know where the money goes.
Okay, thank you, Bryson. Let us know.
Thank you.
Okay, what do we want? When do we want Bryson to tell us?
5 minutes. Put 5 minutes on the clock. And what's the number we need to hit in order to watch Popstar? What do you think?
What's the number?
Bryson, let's ask you, Bryson, because this is about supporting Planet Scum.
Oh, don't. You want people. I mean, we've been asking people. Everybody should throw in $4. That came up in a previous stream.
Oh yeah.
So what if you had X number of people throw in $4?
So that's if we got like 250 right now. We want to average $4 a viewer. And maybe if you are not in a position to donate $4, you hope that someone donates a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. So if you're broke, you're broke, and there is no judgment. But we're saying we want to average $4.
Thank you, Bryson.
Thank you. Yeah, take me out.
Bryson, we will see you. Bryson, we will see you at 10:16.
Yes.
10.
And that 16 is for the 16th anniversary of Studio 60.
Yep. Bryson. Okay, so let's take the next 5 minutes to come up with the hashtags. What do you want to say to
Yeah.
I don't want to say.
George, what do you want? Wait, should we do this?
Yeah. Let's give this to the people. They deserve it. So let's ask the people whether you want, because we're going to do this once a show on average, most of the time. We're not going to play this too much, but this is a talking Jar Jar. And you can either squeeze his hand and he says a number of phrases, or you can squeeze his belly. What?
You want me to say the phrases?
Yeah, say the phrases.
There are 8 movie phrases.
All right.
We got Icky Icky Coo, How Wuhl, Misa called Jar Jar Binks.
That's his name.
Yusa Jedi are Kowazy, Maxi Big DeForce.
That's great.
We Dude It, Yahoo, Ooey Mooey Mooey I Loves You.
All right.
Or
you can press his stomach and he makes a noise and his tongue unfurls fully.
This is one of the most popular segments. One of the popular segments of our live stage. We should do this
in the live stage show where we would have an audience member and we put the microphone in his crotch so that it would amplify the little.
So here's what we'll do. If you want hand, say hand. If you want belly, say belly.
And hand means phrases, but belly means tongue.
Yeah. And then Bryson and Dave, if you could bring up some of the, people sending them in. Oh, a lot of people saying belly.
A lot of belly. A lot of belly. Now, I don't know whether
I think belly wins.
These might just be fans of 90s alternative rock.
Okay. Are we ready for belly?
Or late 90s film starring mostly hip hop stars.
Yeah.
Belly.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
You got to push strong.
Really strong. Get a good grip.
Let's do it again. I think people deserve that more than once. Pull him back from the camera so we can see that full unfurl.
You're not going to be able to hear him, but okay, here we go.
I'll hear him.
Yeah, we could hear that loud and clear.
We can hear that.
That's a power. There might be a THX system inside that baby.
Yeah, the audience is listening.
The audience is listening. Well, okay, so hashtag for Studio 60. Now, this is to tweet at people from the show who are not super spreaders.
Wapo is just looking for his iTunes remote because he's resigned to the reality he thinks is about to happen. But let's keep brainstorming.
I will also say, Patrick.
What was the number that we said we had to surpass?
$1,000.
Okay.
That's a lot.
For an average of $4 a viewer.
But a lot of people are broke.
But some people will make up for it. We just need one more Cuban.
Well, look how close we are. It's in my hand.
I know. I wish I had a physical copy now because I'm struggling.
And it's okay if you're too broke. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
It's okay. No judgment.
I will say, Patrick, and I'm not going to go into detail on this. This is a blind item because I don't want you wearing my Howard the Duck jacket every week.
Wow.
It hurts that I can't wear it. It hurts that because of a plague, you're wearing what I should be wearing, what I spent hundreds of dollars to retrieve because I didn't have one here at Skywalker. I didn't have an original.
Yeah.
I bought something for you, Patrick, while we were talking to Mary Holland and Chris Redd.
What was it?
Well, you didn't buy something tonight, did you?
No.
All right, good. Because there were 2 of these things for sale. And I lost the first auction.
During the show?
During the show, I lost the first auction. If you go back about 50 minutes to an hour to the show, there's a part where I become more distracted and other people are sort of taking the wheel.
What was it?
I'm not going to tell you. You'll know when it arrives at your house.
Okay. George, you do this all the time. I
know. Well, here, the first time I lost the option, I thought, I'm not going to let that happen again. So the second time they said, what's your maximum offer? I said, $1 million. I put in a 1 and I just put 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah. And so because I thought I'm not going to let this one get away from me.
Is it related to something we talked about on the show?
No, I don't think it's something. It's nothing really to do with me or my body of work. It's just something that I think you'll like.
That's fascinating because you do have a habit of buying me Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade merch.
Do you want to show off some of the presents I bought for you, Patrick?
I'll do it if we watch the movie. because I have to get it out. It's
Bryson should be coming back on any second.
Any second.
Doesn't know he's on. He doesn't know he's on.
Oh, Bryson, no.
No, I know that I'm on.
I'll
say that it's been difficult to add up how many donations we've received.
Hey, take your time. Take your time.
We'll circle back.
There's been so many.
But hey, that's good. That's a good sign.
But also, I think we could say, Bryson, have we surpassed the goal or no?
He doesn't know.
I don't even know what the goal was.
To quote the Mandalorian, Bryson's so money and he doesn't even know it.
Yes.
We have not reached $1,000 yet, if that's what the goal is.
Okay.
We don't know.
But we have more money than we should.
Jersey.
We have more money than we should. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we stop?
What do you mean?
The people love you guys.
What do you mean more money than? Oh, more money than we should?
Like we're closer to $1,000 than we.
Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Then.
Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off.
Cut them off.
I mean, I can't cut them off. You tell them stop.
No, don't tell them to stop. Never stop. Never stop. It's pop star. Never stop. Never stopping. Jersey Dave.
Okay.
Are we causing problems by raising too much money?
I'm not going to stop. Never stopping.
Listen, we're not going to tell you to stop donating, but if you want to, stop donating.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I think we should just watch the movie.
Yeah. And then one of the things we're going to do while we're watching the movie is Patrick's going to show off the generous gifts that I've given to him over recent months.
Yeah.
I think many months from now we will look back at this moment and say we had an out. We had an opportunity to potentially do a 2-hour show sometimes if we want to.
If we want to.
If we want to.
Bryson, Wado, if you want to go.
No, Wado's not going to go. Are you kidding me? Wado's not going to fucking go.
Yeah. Why do you like this?
Why do you like this?
What are you talking about?
You would. What time is it there?
10:18 p.m.
10:18.
Live from the Dakota Building on Central Parkway.
It's only 7:18 here at Skywalker.
Wado, I heard Yoko's not doing well. Do you know anything about that?
You kidding me? She won't get near me. Just Yoko, with the pandemic, I'm not seeing anybody. I don't know. I can't speak to that. I'm not going to make light of that. I don't know.
I wasn't asking to make light. I just didn't know if you had heard anything because it was sad to hear.
What, that she's having health problems?
Yeah.
This feels like a classic Ennio Morricone bit, Patrick, in which you come in with bad news about the beloved public figure with seemingly gleeful abandon. This should not be a runner. This is the opposite of a runner.
So late.
Patrick.
You seem excited to relay this news. It's disgusting.
It was so late. Someone's asking me what my deal is. I don't get what that.
What's your fucking deal, Patrick? I don't know. I've never thought that before, but for the first time, I'm wondering what your fucking deal is.
Yeah. Okay. Are people going to watch along with us? Should I set up this timer? If you're going to watch, say I'm going to watch. Just so I want to make sure this is worth it.
Say I'm going to watch. No, not yes. We don't know what that means. Say I'm.
I don't know what yes means. Don't say yes.
I'll say I will watch.
I'm gonna. Wow, a lot of people are gonna watch with us. We're watching Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
A perfect film.
If you order it now, you can probably get it on Amazon Prime, mailed to you.
Not by the time we start.
Maybe.
What?
Patrick, what are you saying?
What are you talking about?
Patrick, we're gonna start in a few minutes.
Patrick,
Maybe. I've got the stopwatch. We start when I say we start.
What's your fucking deal, Patrick?
Oh, you know what?
What?
I'm going to take off my jacket.
I'm going to take off my jacket too. Wado, you want to take off your jacket or you want to leave it on?
I might just loosen up my little vest.
Okay.
So I can pull down.
And I do mean my jacket when I say I'm taking off my jacket.
Boy.
Patrick, don't say that. I like comedy. I don't like that joke.
No,
that's a joke. That is a joke that will never land.
That's the kind of joke that led to the closing of the UCB Hell's Kitchen. That kind of comedy.
Can I say, I'm so happy that Bobby came on.
Oh, it was honestly.
Really?
Yes.
I'm really happy.
The rush of joy I felt.
We're both very excited.
Yes, it was genuine.
Yeah. I am happy that he came on. I was happy to see him.
Yes.
I'm glad that he watches. I'm glad to know that sometimes we're just doing the show and he's watching our stream.
It is bizarre every time he references something that we did 2 hours earlier.
Yeah, because I genuinely don't know when he referenced Bob Hope.
Right.
Whether that was him referencing me referencing Bob Hope on the Tonight Show,
yes,
or whether he just said that naturally.
I don't know, but then he referenced other stuff. He clearly watches.
I love it. Well, Watto, I asked you what time it was.
Yeah.
And you said it was, at that point, it was 10:18. Now it's 10:22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think I can give a more detailed answer of what time it is.
Okay.
Oh, no, George.
It's cherry time.
Oh, it's cherry time. We hit the goal. We hit the stretch goal.
But this isn't a fundraiser, so I'm just offering some of these things you can get for free in a regular episode.
Wait,
isn't for any occasion.
Yeah.
What were you worried he was going to say, Patrick?
I don't know. Should I say I was worried?
You said, "Oh no."
You said, "Oh no," which is very, as we said, a very dramatic thing.
Let's see. Hang on. On the Blu-ray. On the Blu-ray, we get a trailer for Neighbors.
Oh boy.
We get a trailer for, I believe it's, what was that? Bad Moms
Christmas.
Dance Party?
A Bad Moms.
No, the
Christmas.
first one.
It's just called Bad Moms. What are you talking about?
Was it called Bad Moms?
Yeah, it's not called Bad Moms Dance Party. It's called Bad Moms. What?
I thought there was a third word. I thought there was a third.
No. The first one is just called Bad Moms.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Next
Patrick,
trailer.
No, Patrick. That's not just something that you casually make a mistake about. You thought Bad Moms.
Ooh, the next trailer is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Patrick, you were looking at something on the screen that said Bad Moms. Yes. And you said it's Bad Moms Dance Party. What made you say that? You didn't see the words dance party, but you said them out loud, yes?
They were dancing when I said it, and I thought there was a third word to it.
And you thought the third word was dance party?
Do you think the title of a movie changes based on whatever is happening on screen at the moment you're watching it?
And you think that dance party is one word? You think dance party is one word?
People are also pointing out that it was Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising. Oh, wait, there's a movie called Laid in America?
Wait a second.
That this is a trailer for?
So you removed... Wait a second. You removed words from the title Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising and added words to the title Bad Moms. You're a goddamn maniac, Patrick.
What is this one?
Patrick, what's happening to you?
Oh, this is The Purge with Juliet from Lost. The Purge, I don't know, one of the sequels.
Anarchy, maybe. Election Year? It's Election Year. It's a
I
good
think
one.
It's Election Year.
It's maybe my favorite one. Good franchise. Wow. Unfortunately, very topical.
I've never seen any of them, Wada.
All worth seeing. All unfortunately topical.
Yeah.
And also, still upsettingly, feel a little prescient.
Wada, if we start in the next 5 minutes or so, we will finish before midnight like we promised.
I'm ready to start.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
But let me know. We are 1 hour and 6 minutes, I think, away from beating the Irishman. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take note of it when we pass the Irishman.
Okay. So what time is that going to be?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's start the movie and we'll figure it out. You ready?
Yeah.
Hold
on. I gotta give my little code to rent the movie.
Rent and watch now.
Someone's saying stretch goal to watch The Irishman. How much?
Nope.
How much do we get donated?
Nope.
I
paused it. It was starting to play. I paused it. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Wado feels more fed up than he normally does.
Yeah.
Because it's the precedent. It's the precedent. It's not that I feel tired today. I feel fine today. I'm thinking about how I'm going to feel 9 months from now when people say, why don't you live stream all of Berlin Alexanderplatz? Because we've once again set the precedent that every show has the ability to expand into all hours. That's what Watto is thinking about.
Patrick, I'm realizing something now which didn't occur to me, which is that we had like a meeting the other day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the groundwork for all of this was laid. Watto wasn't at that meeting, right?
Watto wasn't at the meeting.
The Zoom meeting?
No, it was a StreamYard meeting. All right, let's start. Let's start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Motherfuckers.
Watto's got to come to me.
Watto, I genuinely forgot that you weren't at the meeting, and I thought you were doing a bit, and now I realize you're being sincere, and that you didn't realize that this was almost inevitable.
Did I just not see that the meeting was happening?
Yeah, there's a lot of text.
Watto has a lot going on. We just assumed that Watto had a lot going on, and we give him a break.
Watto did have a busy week. Yes. Let me say 2 things. 1, Watto had a busy week. 2, when Watto is doing stuff, often he puts his phone on airplane mode.
Yeah.
So as not to disrupt signals for other things he may be doing. And this is what I was going to say. Yeah. Often the notifications will still pop up on, say, his computer. But perhaps George Lucas does not have iMessage. And so those messages do not get seen on airplane mode. They only get seen several hours later when airplane mode is off. And at that point, it's like, oh, this is 47 messages all at once.
Right.
George, do Watto and I need to buy you an iPhone, George?
Not on the table whatsoever.
I'll tell you what. If Watto and Patrick want to buy me an iPhone of any number, of any generation, and send it here to Skywalker Ranch, I will.
Any generation, Watto, we could get it pretty cheap.
It's not happening. It's not.
No. I'll tell you this, Watto. I'll make you this promise. If you send me an iPhone, I will take that iPhone and I will throw it in the river.
Yeah, see, there we go. See, this is why I don't even want to engage the bit, and I don't want to try to change him. The computer, it was necessary. As much as he has had a fucking field day blaming everything on the laptop. It was necessary, and I want to repeat again, it cost so little money. Oh. So little money it cost. Oh. There's no fucking data plan that goes with it. None of it.
Yeah. Guys, this is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
And I'm glad we're friends.
I'm glad we're friends, too.
And yet, let's spend the next... How long do we have?
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Making Watto feel better. Whatever it takes.
Okay.
I'm going to reheat some pizza. In a moment, I have some leftover pizza. I'm going to put in the toaster oven for 2 minutes.
We also haven't come up with the Studio 60 hashtag.
People were asking why Watto wasn't drinking an energy drink on camera, another disgusting energy drink. It's because it's not a fundraiser. It's not a fundraiser. But I did drink this right before we went live. Red Bull Peach Nectarine.
Jesus.
Okay, let's talk about the hashtags.
Studio 60 on the binary Sunset Strip.
I like that.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's a little long.
Is there something we could do like that puts like fundraiser in there, or like some kind of like money aspect to show that it's a fundraiser for, if Sarah Paulson sees this hashtag?
Put some dollar signs in there.
Yeah, does that ruin the hashtag?
It ruins the hashtag.
Yeah,
right?
It will. It will. People can suggest too. Studio, that doesn't help us. Have you guys watched Palm Springs yet?
Yeah, great movie.
It's really good.
Really good.
There's Ringo Starr. Ooh, this is our second Simon
Oh my God. The guy from Scoob.
This is our second Simon Cowell movie we've watched.
What the heck is the guy from Scoob in this movie?
Doink the doink.
The villain from Scoob.
The villain.
I remember Scoob.
Watch out. Watch out.
What is your guys' favorite song in this movie?
Ooh, that's a great... I think it's These Are the Things in My Jeep.
I think I love Mona Lisa.
Same here. I think Mona Lisa is the underrated one. I think especially if you watch the full version, literally every line of that song is fun.
I also think I just saw the deleted scene
Oh wait, no, I know which one. I know which one it is. It's the one. Should I buy this house? He wants to buy the new house. Do you know that one? Should I Move? I think it's called Should I Move.
It's too late. You already picked another one. This isn't canon. This is legend. Look at that Chris Red build.
Chris Red, 5th build, I think.
He's on a double. He's on a split bill with Imogen Poots.
Yeah.
Two of the great names. But Chris is fucking unbelievable in this movie.
Yeah, he's tremendous. The song "You," that's a deleted song.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Is this Chris's film debut? I saw someone say this in the comments. It's certainly in like a leading role.
I believe. I think it is. Let me look.
It's definitely a break.
Yeah.
It's 2 years before SNL. Yes, he's done a lot of TV, but this is his first film.
Someone what?
Yeah. Someone turn down your volume. I can hear the volume a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, first movie.
Wow.
He had done 4 episodes of a show called Lonely and Horny.
It's also about that show.
This was his first movie. Oh, I believe it's a College Humor thing because it's a Jake and Amir thing.
Hey, you know who's really good? Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows. I agree. I agree.
Top 5 all-time SNL cast member, period.
I know this doesn't help with the fundraiser, but what about Studio 60 seasons in a movie?
I like that. We can have multiple hashtags. I mean, let's do that as well. Studio 60 seasons in a movie.
Yeah, but also I want, if people are tweeting at people that they should come on the show, I want there to be one hashtag so they can search it and see what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, what is the fundraiser going to be for, do you think? Because that could tie into what the
it should be about sketch comedy.
Or it could be like, I feel like for Studio 60, shouldn't it be something grandiose?
Could we raise
the war?
Studio 60 cures cancer?
Could we raise money for the Abbott and Costello Foundation and every 5 minutes talk about how important they were for comedy? We call up our parents respectively. We have every guest call their parents and explain to them that Abbott and Costello is the only reason why they, in the 21st century, got into comedy.
Studio 60 cures COVID is a pretty good alt that I'm seeing in the comments.
I mean, if we make it some kind of COVID relief fundraiser, we can have the hashtag be.
That sounds like a joke.
I don't know
because what was Studio 60 known for? Comedy.
Joke. Comedy.
You're telling me
on the fun set script, like fundraising.
A fund set. You're telling me if you are.
This is actually. Hang on. Studio $60,000 raised for charity. We're almost at 60,000.
Yeah,
it's
but
not bad.
The Big Lake fundraiser, we're going to raise 60,000 that week alone. So by that point, it will be out of date.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Now, George, look at this. He has an original iPod. That's weird.
A hashtag that should also go along with, like a support hashtag for Studio's $60,000 raised for charity should be hashtag not for nothing.
What if we just did hashtag crazy Christians?
That should be another one, but not for nothing is notoriously an Aaron Sorkin like go-to phrase, and it's also like, we're not doing this for nothing. We're doing this to raise money.
Hashtag what kind of fundraiser has this been?
How about this?
I like that.
How about this? How about hashtag?
I think that's pretty good, right?
What about hashtag walk and talk show?
What about hashtag
George Lucas walk and talk show?
What about hashtag woman falls down?
What's that?
Women always fall down in his shows. They like bump into stuff. They're like real klutzy. What
about hashtag peripheral vision? Man, this is going to be a good live stream.
Ricky and Fun Ronzer? No. Equal Rights is good.
Studio 60 on the fun.
Wait, is that the? Hang on, is that the Back to the Future church?
I think it might
Back
because
to the Future courthouse. I think it is.
yeah, because this is a basic universal Hill Valley set that they use for everything, and this is a universal picture. I believe this is Hill Valley Town Square we're looking at.
That's funny. I watched the first episode of The Twilight Zone a few months ago.
Original?
When the guy goes into a town. Yeah, original. The guy goes into the town and nobody's there and he can't find anybody. And that's on the Hill Valley set too.
Right. That Hill Valley set was being used for 30 years before Back to the Future. It's crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
There's some other, I'm trying to remember, there's some other like very big thing where no one puts together that it's also the Hill Valley set.
I might say this and it might sound crazy. Is Gremlins?
I think it might be the movie theaters looks the same.
Yeah. Hey, look, hang on one sec.
That's a Warner Brothers.
Like the movie theater that there's
no,
a joke.
Gremlins. It's Gremlins.
Wow.
It's Gremlins.
Yeah, because my buddy Steve, there's a joke about because my buddy Steve
produced Gremlins and Back to the Future.
And and
it was also in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Wow.
Which Aaron Sorkin wrote the play for.
Yeah. Now here's the other thing. It's also in Batman and Robin, and Jingle All the Way. Weird.
Batman and Robin is part of the Chris Red.
It's also been rebuilt multiple times, so it's still not the original one. But
yeah, it's a special edition. It's better.
I forgot they got Ringo Starr in this movie.
Yeah. We should try to get Ringo one week.
Let's try to get Ringo every week.
Yeah.
Can we get a segment called Ringo and Bobby, the new Beatles?
How about this? Bobby is the final segment, right, of the proper talk show. All's wool that ends wool. Ringo we have at the very beginning, and we call it Off to a Good Star.
Wars.
Star Wars.
And the Wars. Off to a Good Star Wars. And Wars is spelled with 2 R's as well.
Someone's bringing up a good point. Ringo won't do $25 autographs.
So maybe it's 26.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Well, what would be great is if we could, because I know we could probably convince Bobby to answer some of Ringo's fan mail. Because that's a solid bit.
Yeah.
If you write fan mail to Ringo, he will send a signed photo.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid bit.
Bobby, if we know one thing about Bobby, he can never turn down a good bit.
Should I get some ice cream, guys? Is it too late?
Wait. Ice cream, guys? No.
Ice cream.
What, entire men made out of ice cream? Where are you going to get such a thing, an ice cream guy, let alone multiple?
That's insane. And Watto is back fully. Watto, you like this. Watto, you forgot you hate this. The moment when I saw Watto look to camera and say, "What, entire men made out of ice cream?" I knew that
again.
Any shred of regret that might have festered in you maybe 30, 40 minutes ago is gone.
I want to make it very
this is
clear.
Pretty good. Hang on, guys. Guys, look at this.
The traveling Wolverines. I want to make something very clear.
The traveling wool cherries. Traveling wool cherries.
Oh, no, they just mentioned Dilbert.
In a movie?
Someone's saying donate incentive to get ice cream. Yeah, sure. If you donate $1, I'll go get some ice cream.
Also, just for fun, and don't tag us in it, but what's Scott Adams, the guy who does Dilbert?
Yeah.
Just tweet the word no to him.
That guy needs to hear the word no
months ago.
more often. He blocked me too.
Yeah.
He probably blocked the Me Too movement.
He did, absolutely. That guy's got a real itchy block finger. I'll tell you, it does not take much.
Ugh. That guy makes Dilbert look like Dogbert.
How many people have each of you blocked on Twitter? Now, I know, Watto, your account is not public, but George has a public account.
Not many. I will say Watto pretty much only blocks very high-ranking Trump acolytes.
Watto?
Yeah. Can I? Sure. That seems off-brand, Watto. George, how many have you blocked?
I blocked William Shatner.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Because can I say something? Watto the other day tweeted something at someone who responded something stupid to William Shatner and forgot to click the button where you can untag the person from your response. And then William Shatner quote tweeted it as if it was said to him, ignoring the shitty comments made by the guy in between. And then Watto deleted it almost immediately. But the damage was done because Shatner had stuck his shat heads on him.
Guys, we got another piece of fan art.
Let's see it.
It's the Jake Purple Hat sent us the logo for the Toledo Toydarians.
The Washington Wattos. It's a pretty good likeness too.
It's pretty good. And it's not problematic.
I'm going to tell you how many people I've blocked because it's 12,402.
Watto's real big on muting. He'd rather mute. I'd rather be sort of a message. And often a message sent to someone who will never ever see it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I block. How do you see how many people you blocked?
Go to blocked accounts.
Yeah.
It should literally just have a number next to it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if Watto has a count.
People are calling me Block Trick, and you know what? I'm fine with it.
Block a lot.
Block Trick, block more.
Can I say a thing that you have said?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
Patrick has told Watto in the past that you like to block pretty indiscriminately, like at the very minor offense, or if you just find something irritating or whatever, because you like the idea of someday becoming very big on Twitter and then people wanting to follow you and then going, what could have caused this? Like, you never do it without some motivation, but you'll use the slightest motivation because you like the idea of one day when you're like, you have like 1,600 pens worth of followers and you're verified.
Last night I was very excited that The Last Jedi was trending because it gave me a reason to go through the trending topic.
Like, this is the kind of thing. You'll pick a trending topic and you'll block anyone whose opinion you think is bad.
Here's the thing. If you're dumb, I don't want to see it.
You just don't want to see it. That's your right. It's your right as a human being.
I go through
that's what I do with the music. Yes.
Yeah, it might come as a surprise. Not super enthusiastic about what our current government does. You know, no. Go through a lot of responses to the president's tweets and just block.
I'm no fan of him either. He's way too liberal.
Yeah.
This guy, it's like he's letting us get away with murder. You know, it's like he's got to tighten up.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll just like type in a sentence like Phantom Menace boring.
Right. Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
That famous sentence, Phantom Menace boring.
Yes, it's a popular one.
It'll bring up, I'll just go through like negative words. And then I'll see anyone who says
read out the comments. George, read out the names and we'll see what.
Well, I'm not going to dox someone here on the stream.
I'll dox them.
I'm just telling you my methodology, which is I'll see someone saying something critical about Phantom Menace, and I'll do this by searching for a negative word, like I didn't like Phantom Menace, and then I'll block that person. Yeah. So now they don't get to see.
Watto's looking at his blocked account list. It is almost exclusively, if not fully exclusively, Trump supporters and Comicsgate assholes. Those are the two. Where it's like,
But Watto, who did you vote for in 2016, Watto?
Who did I vote for in 2016? I voted for this guy, Connor Ratliff.
2016, I don't think he was on the ballot.
He wasn't. He was a write-in.
Oh, boy.
I don't even think he was technically running anymore, but he had run in the past.
I think he did run. Wasn't he running at the last second in 2016?
In 2016.
Not for votes, though.
For what? For delegates?
No, for attention. Read his book. It's out of print.
What a sentence to be said with no breath and no pause in between. Read his book. It's out of print.
Well, because I can afford to get it because I'm a billionaire.
Said with such condescension, such contempt. Read his book. It's out of print.
We got some pretty good. We got some pretty good Norman Rockwell scoop in this episode.
Yeah.
It's not every episode that we get someone on here telling the real dish, spilling the tea on Norman Rockwell.
Yeah.
Hold up that Butter Boy and Butter Girl again. We haven't done due diligence for this segment of the show. While we continue, I love the CMZ segments in this movie. Are all really funny.
Watto's going to re-eat his pizza while you talk about the butter diet.
So Butter Boy,
they're two, and then they're one.
Yeah, Butter Boy and Butter Girl. They both have knives, kind of like lightsabers.
Yep.
And they spread butter the way Jedi spread the Force.
Now, George, Butter Girl is a first edition.
Yeah.
Butter Boy is a limited edition.
Right.
What's going on there?
Well, I made Star Wars for boys.
Yeah.
And I made Strange Magic for girls. That's just something that, and maybe that's not something that will continue to happen, but for artists of Norman Rockwell's generation, and for, perhaps in my generation as well, you would sometimes make art for one gender and then make it for another. Now, it's my understanding that that's not how it's necessarily, that's not necessarily the most modern view. That's maybe not a contemporary view now. Now, these are the plates that I have given, and you're doing them in reverse story order.
Sorry.
Let's do them in story order. So these are the plates these are the limited edition plates that I gifted to Patrick. And he was grateful, but he would also kind of complain every time one of them arrived. Like, Patrick, I think it's fair to say that. So it's interesting. I told Patrick, I'm going to give you these plates as a gift. And Patrick, I said you should hang them on the wall like an exhibit, like the kind of thing that I would do in my museum. And instead, Patrick looks like he stored them in multiple different locations in his apartment. One that was in some sort of container store, plastic container with other things in it. And now Patrick has gone to get more of his Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade plates that I gifted to him.
I think I'll have to find them later, George. I think they're a little buried.
What do you mean buried? That's not a thing that you do with collectible plates. You buried them?
No, but they're like in a container, like in my closet that I have to get out.
I can't believe Patrick disappeared right after Watto disappeared and said, "I'll disappear while the two of you are talking."
Well, it's okay. I monologued while he was gone.
I know, but still, it feels rude. It feels rude.
No, he's good at it. Someone's asking where my ice cream is. Did someone donate $1? I don't know. I heard no one.
Do you know?
But Patrick, this bit doesn't work because Bryson has already said that we can't track these things.
Yeah, Bryson has made it clear that there's no way to track the money.
The money's untrackable.
It's always. I find it's always reassuring to people when you tell them donate money. We have no way of keeping track.
We have no way of keeping.
You brought me on. You
Bryson,
said
is that true?
I mean, I'm tracking the money right now.
Bryson,
Wait, you're tracking the money, so
the
one
money,
would
Bryson.
say, "Oh, Bryson knows where the money goes. Only Bryson knows. Oh,
Can
Bryson
I go
knows."
back to tracking the money? I was keeping tabs.
Also, the way that Bryson.
I want to say this. Planet Scum did not take out a PPP loan.
Pointedly
we would tell
not.
you up front.
Pointedly
I would have
not.
told you up front.
I don't think
we would
that's
have told you where the money went.
Patrick, I don't think that's the accusation. If you'll read it again, he's saying that Planet Scum took out a PP loan.
Yes, it's a loan.
It's very different. It's not a PPP loan.
Yeah,
it's a PP loan.
It's a loan of a little bit of PP.
No, that's a little PP.
Now that's a little PP.
How do I send you an image, Patrick? You can tweet it at me, at Patrick Hotner, and
Wait,
I'll show it.
Wait, are they saying like a JPEG or a GIF or something like that? Or an image award?
Oh, yes. You should not accept an image award.
I don't
Patrick.
I don't deserve it.
Patrick, I know you love accolades, but do not accept that award.
I don't need it. I don't need an image
Patrick,
award.
how can I send you an image award?
Patrick, I know there is a void in your soul that you think can only be filled with limitless praise. But I'm telling you, do not accept that image award.
Now, here's the thing. The way that Bryson described tracking the money sounded less like someone keeping track of donations that were coming in through an organized system, and more the way that like Nazi hunters in Argentina or like people out hunting wild game, like I'm tracking the money. Like it might get away.
Wow.
I'm tracking the money now. I've got it sent. It won't elude me this time.
Bin Laden.
This is a good one. This is a good one too.
Every song in this movie is good, and
I know.
And we're basically an hour away, Watto, from the end of this show.
Yes. Yes, we are.
That's exciting, Watto.
Watto, it's exciting.
It's exciting to Watto.
Watto, that's exciting, Watto.
Watto, it is exciting. Watto.
Okay, I think people. I just saw the donation total, and I'll give it to people that they gave $1.
I was going to get the ice cream.
Oh, great! He's going to get the. What kind of ice cream? Let's take guesses. What kind of ice cream?
Brand?
Do we think frozen yogurt? Do we think it's sherbet? Do we think it's proper ice cream?
Blue Bunny.
Blue Bunny. I'm going to guess that it is. Fuck. I think it's a Ben and Jerry's, but not one of the comedy ones. Because
no, not the Tonight Dough. Not the Tonight Dough.
And not Late Night Snack, and not Boots on the Moon, or whatever the Space Force ice cream is called. I think Patrick, that's what he does for a living. When he goes home and unwinds with ice cream, he wants his ice cream to be serious. So I'm guessing it's something like a Chubby Hubby.
Hey, Watto, do you want me to share a secret with you?
Please,
that I'm going to see? No, I'm not going to do it in the stream because the people in the chat will
do it in the private chat.
I'll do it in the private chat.
I can't.
No, not in the private chat. I'm going to do it to you directly. Because I want you to know and not anyone else what I have purchased for him.
So you're texting Watto? Is that what I should expect? Where are you going to communicate this? Over text?
Yeah.
Someone's pointing out Patrick is diabetic. I wonder how that fits into his ice cream choice.
I think the insulin is like a topping.
You think rather than giving himself the insulin shot, he squeezes the insulin, drizzles it on the top.
I think it's more like, think of it as like injecting sprinkles into your hip.
It's like a magic shell. Here we go, Chris Red. Hunter the Hungry. Star-making performance.
Okay, what were your predictions?
Now,
I guessed Ben and Jerry's Chubby Hubby, but now I'm wondering if it would be some sort of...
I think it's some Blue Bunny, and it's I'm going to say cookie dough.
Neither of you are right.
Who's closer?
Who's close? What's Chubby Hubby?
It's like vanilla ice cream, I think fudge swirls, peanut butter, chocolate-covered peanut butter pretzels or something like that.
I think George is closer.
What is it?
It's Briars.
It's close to Blue Bunny.
Peach cobbler.
Ooh, fruit.
Interesting, because Briar's kind of a basic brand.
Well, do you want to tell you why? Do you want me to tell you why?
Why?
Wires.
And peach cobbler's a deep cut flavor.
Well, here, I'll explain it all to you.
And you're doing insulin shot in yourself and not on the ice cream, because we were predicting that maybe the insulin shot would be a topping.
Peach cobbler is one of the only kinds of ice cream that Daniel Day-Lewis has already partially trained to be.
Right, and it's one of the only ice creams that fuck, god damn it, I fucked up my own joke.
Daniel Day-Lewis is the peach cobbler.
I wanted to do McCarthy, who directed Spotlight, but I forgot his first
Todd?
name.
Tom
McCarthy. I was going to say Tom McCarthy fucking produced and co-wrote Peach Cobbler.
Watto, check your phone.
I checked.
You see it? And
I'm opening right now. George, I'll say this. This is the reason why I'm laughing. I don't even understand why this was chosen.
Because I think he'd like it.
Probably, yes.
There we go. The great Ricky Barty.
Great Ricky Barty. Can Watto say something about this stream getting extended? And this is not a complaint, but he just feels the need to say it.
Okay, but try and phrase it as a compliment if you can.
Yeah, make it happy.
A compliment.
Make it
It's a very good thing that Watto, as a performer, much like any performer, has different sort of like ways he performs based on the idea of like stamina. And so perhaps in terms of like vocal exercises to perform properly and sustain it, Watto was doing a vocal performance closer to how he used to go about the stage show, where he said, this is sustainable for an hour, versus the kind of things he would need to do to take care of himself if he's live streaming for, say, an Irishman's worth of runtime. I'm very happy that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and have a hurting throat.
I think you're going to be really
good. Hey, guys.
What?
I have news, and this is actually good news.
What? Oh my God, this loading. On the clock, retirement of Redskins, new name Monday. So we have a chance to convince the Redskins to be the Washington.
Here's what we need. Here's what we need.
The announcement's happening tomorrow.
We need.
Hold on.
We need.
I have a name. I have a name
we
for
should
it.
get everyone to tweet.
The Washington. It still have Washington, right?
I just say, when I just said the team name, I immediately felt dirty, and I can't believe that they've been doing that for decades.
Yeah.
Like, I immediately was like, that felt bad coming out of my mouth, and they've been doing it like everyone. Commenters, journalists, the players themselves, fans.
The Washington Star Wars Detours on Disney Plus.
Oh, boy. But George, don't you think that if the team is called the Washington Wattos, because Watto is a co-star on Detours, it will still end up leading people to Detours?
Yeah, I absolutely do think that.
I think it should be the Washington Wattos. It's nice. It's alliterative.
I like the Washington Arlises.
It should just be Washington Wattos. Drop the It's
Washington Wattos.
Washington Wattos.
People are saying, what about the Washington Arlises? No, it should be the Arlington Arlises. And the Detroit Detours.
Do you think that Red Tails has a serious chance?
Red Tails.
Ooh.
I bet it's in contention. I think it's a good name.
I know it's in contention. The idea being that it would honor these heroes rather than besmirching a people.
Yeah. I can't believe you guys didn't want to hear my ice cream story.
What's your story?
I didn't even hear you offer it.
Corrected it. Sorry, Tom McCarthy nailed it. Okay, what's your story?
I went to the grocery store like a month ago and got Breyer's.
Hold on. Let's make this, because I feel like it'll be more fun if we make it kind of like a blues number. So you'll say a sentence and then we'll go da na 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 na.
I went to the grocery store.
Da na 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 na.
I got some cookie dough ice cream.
Da na 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 na.
I brought the cookie dough ice cream home.
Da na 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 na.
I opened it up.
Da na 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 na.
It was vanilla ice cream.
Da na 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 na.
No, cookie dough.
I tweeted at Briars.
Da na 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 na.
I said, you gotta fix this shit.
Da na 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 na.
They didn't tweet me back for a while.
No,
Da, na, na, na.
I called Briars.
Da na 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 na.
I said, what can you do for me?
Da na 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 na.
They said, we're going to send you 2 free coupons for free Briars ice cream.
Da na 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 na.
I hung up the phone.
Da na 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 na.
I checked my Twitter and noticed that Briars had tweeted me back.
Da na 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 na.
A little twist.
No, that's a little bit.
I said, okay, I'm going to DM Briars.
Da na 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 na.
I said, there was no cookie dough. What can you do for me?
Da na 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 na.
Oh, Patrick, he slid.
They said, we're going to send you a coupon for a free Briars ice cream.
Da na 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 na.
I got 3 coupons for free Briars ice creams in the mail.
Da na 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 na.
I went to the grocery store last night.
Da na 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 na.
After midnight, so it was safe for me.
Da na 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 na.
They only had weird flavors left.
Da na 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 na.
That's the end.
Now
Da
someone,
na 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 na.
someone in the chat said this is the definition of white man blues, and you know it is because the blues song ends with the great tragedy of getting 3 free pints of ice cream for lightly complaining. Truly,
Truly.
the struggle a white man has ever gone through in America ends with 3 free pints of ice cream for going,
That is a vanilla man's blues.
the vanilla man blues.
Uh-oh. What's
Uh-oh.
going to happen?
One could say this movie is about to give us a PP loan, if you know what I'm saying. Right? That's a joke. It was a little bit early, but you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, no. Aren't they not giving us a PP loan?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't think they do. I think they give us the opposite.
Hold on. Now it's about to happen. Right.
It's a PPIOU.
It's
That's us before the PP loan.
yes, he needs a PP loan.
Yeah.
What a funny movie.
It's a funny movie.
Remember this when there used to be like 4 long years ago theatrical comedy films produced by major studios, released in theaters that were dense with jokes?
Yeah.
And then
What's the last one?
remember when no one went to see this fucking movie in theaters and it bombed and it's like, oh no, this is why we don't deserve nice things?
Yeah.
What's the last one?
Was this it? Oh, you know what's a funny movie with a lot of jokes?
What?
Kind of. It's a funny movie. Blockers. Blockers was really funny.
I like Blockers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the last 2 live-action comedies to make $100 million, and perhaps the only 2 to do that in the last 4 or 5 years, are Daddy's Home 2 and Girls Trip. Girls Trip, I respect fully. I think that's a good movie with a lot of jokes, consistently funny. Daddy's Home 2, did not watch.
Game Night, someone's pointing out, is a really good one.
Game Night Rules did well, not 100. I'm not saying that to diminish its performance, but I wish it had done even a little bit better.
Booksmart is also very funny, but I think it's a different type of movie.
And it did not do well. And there are other factors at play there.
Yeah.
But it was not the crossover hit people wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And this movie really, really didn't do well in a way that is kind of astonishing. It feels like...
But there is a tradition, I think, of a certain kind of great comedy film not doing well on theatrical release and then building a reputation over time, which is why...
I mean, let me name 2 other movies that fall into that model. Hot Rod and MacGruber. Yeah. All 3 Lonely Island comedies. When they came out, no one went to see them. And then 2 years later, everyone said, why wasn't this bigger hit? Maybe because you didn't go to see it. Watto saw all 3 in theater. Support comment.
So did Patrick.
Yeah. But also, for these movies now, you know, renting them if you can, like this is, you know, it's a way of people do notice when movies like this eventually,
yes,
you know.
Can I tell my MacGruber story?
Yes, this is exactly the time for you to tell your MacGruber story.
It feels like almost a perfect opening for you to tell your MacGruber story.
If not now, when, Patrick?
Right.
So
Just 5 minutes from now, we might be moving on to a different subject, and it might be a little less relevant, even though obviously your moment co-directed this movie. It's never going to be completely off topic, but we had just talked about MacGruber, so it's like a perfect opening.
It's not like you even brought it up.
No.
You didn't bring it up, Patrick.
So it doesn't look like it's a self-serving sort of like you were alley-ooping yourself. It was genuinely on the table for you to pick up.
This is your time. This is your moment. This is my MacGruber moment with Patrick Cotnoir.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to tell it anymore.
Okay. And the moment passed.
And that was my MacGruber moment with Patrick Cotnoir.
Let me say though, I mean, Watto watched Palm Springs. I said strings because there's a string band on screen right now at this wedding.
Hang on, that was a real Bad Mom's dance party moment for Watto.
No,
right there.
Absolutely not. No, because there was an eternal logic that made sense.
Not the same, Patrick.
Friend of the show, Paul Scheer on screen.
Friend of the show, Paul Scheer is about to get, I think, one of my favorite laughs in the movie for me. Is when, not to spoil what's, when something that's about to happen happens, the way not just the way he says it, but the timing of the edit when he says "oh no" as he's running away really makes me laugh.
Yeah. Can I ask? I want to ask the chat. Is anyone in the chat watching this for the first time?
Great question. If you're watching it for the first time, why don't you type in Virgin Sturgeon?
Oh, Virgin Sturgeon? Okay.
If you're not comfortable typing that, if you're not comfortable typing that,
hey, we don't care if you're not. We don't care if you've seen it before.
I did begin this with a segment that I called Cherry Time, where I eat a bag of cherries. So you can say Pop Star Cherry Time.
Okay. And if you're not comfortable with those two,
then that's fine too. You don't have to type anything.
You could, yes.
Pop Star Cherry Time is pretty fun.
If you're not comfortable, you can abstain. Abstinence is
because the reason why I don't normally traffic in that kind of humor.
Yes.
But it happened so organically. It was as organic as the cherries I was eating.
And also as organic as Patrick's MacGruber story, you know?
Yeah, it was just a moment where, like, there was a moment that happened naturally where he didn't bring up MacGruber, but he had a story to tell.
Yes.
And it was perfect, and he nailed it.
Oh, no, what happened to Jimmy Fallon's finger? He cut his finger.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I can tell you, I can tell you what happened. It's a very normal story that happens to all of us that there's no reason to question at all.
It's time for normal stories with Watto.
Yes. He was a normal amount of inebriated, and he tripped at such a specific angle that the corner of a table got lodged on all that excess room you have on your wedding finger. We all know that it's always just swinging around, getting caught on everything. And then he tripped, and then he fell forward. And so it sprained his finger badly, right?
Yeah.
Very normal story. Happens to all of us. Could happen to the best of us.
Now, was this, when they filmed this cameo, this is what I wondered, because I don't remember, did this just happen to be the time when he had his finger like that? Yes. Or did they... Or did they restage it?
You think it's a Man on the Moon situation?
Yeah. Did they Man on the Moon it? Because when I saw it, I laughed thinking that they were trying to put this in a moment in time where it's like, this is when this story happened, is during the one time when he was wearing a finger. Like, I could imagine someone saying, let's have this take place during the time when you had a finger cast on.
You're right. I mean, it's one of two things. It's either pure production coincidence, or it is now the single funniest joke in the movie. Because if we have to check the timeline on this, but if it was just meant to be a time and a place thing.
Hey, George, is there anyone you can text and ask? Or Watto, I guess. Who could we get an answer from this?
I think Watto doesn't have access in a way that maybe it's being implied that George does. I'm trying to think of even what you're hinting at.
No, I'm just... George, I'm going to put a name in the private chat. I don't know. Who I think he would know.
Interesting.
So anyways, the night of the Lost finale in 2010, end of May.
Okay.
I had some friends over and we all watched the show together.
Congratulations.
And they stayed over that night and we said, okay, we're going to skip school tomorrow and we're going to go see MacGruber because it's opening weekend. It's a Monday, so we're already outside of the opening window. But
what year of school are you in?
This is senior year of high school, 2010.
A simpler time.
A simpler time.
Oh.
So we went to the movies. We got there. It was in the middle of the day. It was like 1 p.m. And the lady goes, what are you here to see? And we said, oh, yep, we'll take 3 from MacGruber. And she goes, okay, I'll need to see ID. And then she says, wait a second. If you're here to see MacGruber and I would need to see ID, it would mean you'd be in high school. And who would skip high school to go see MacGruber?
Wow.
Never mind. Go on in. And we got in. We went to show ID.
No, Watto had to go see MacGruber with an adult guardian because Watto is, of course, only 21 now.
Yeah.
Or 23, because I was born during pre-production on Phantom.
Sure.
But George took me to see MacGruber in theaters.
Yeah.
What was the thing I was about to say about this?
Patrick, who did you think that I could contact?
I put it in the private chat.
Oh, I was checking my texts.
Oh, boy.
Oh, maybe.
Ask.
Yeah.
Burn the ask, George.
Tell him he's got like 45 minutes to get us the answer.
All right.
I mean, I think we know the answer.
I think I know.
Really? I think it's a joke.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay. George, is this the second time you've watched this week?
Yeah.
Great. Wait, did you have to re-rent it?
Yeah. It's okay. We'll take it out of the 1,000.
We didn't make it 1,000.
Yeah, we should make it clear now. It's absolutely a slush fund we're creating here, right?
No, it's just look. I'm raising
money to pay off my gambling loans. That's what we're doing. I'm kidding. Planet Scum. We're trying to keep the lights on. What were you going to say, George?
George,
hold on.
I'm burning
it out. I'm burning the ask.
Okay. I want you to give as little context as possible. Fake beard on Kiva?
Yes, I will say also I'm seeing a lot of people tweeting hashtag Washington Wattos to make it catch on. So just let's all remember it's a very important thing. Time is of the essence. Tomorrow they will announce the name. It's not too late. It's nothing's official until they announce it.
You should tweet it to that to the baseball team's account.
Well, wait, this is an NFL team.
Oh yeah.
You're forgetting that both leagues have problematic teams.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking
both leagues have entirely racist
Friend of the show, Allison Rich, licking
great
the
Allison Rich.
remote.
The great Allison.
Oh, and we're about to get the PP loan, right?
Oh,
yes, now we're
it's the make good on the PP we were missing earlier. So there's a tush. Let me check. 1 cheek, 2 cheek. Yes, it's a full tush. Oh, 1 titty, 2 titty. It feels like I'm watching Arliss. Notorious sex comedy.
Arliss. It is very funny heightening.
Yes. And then here's a PP loan.
Yeah.
P P P P P P P P P P P P. Oh, I forgot that they do that. This is so silly. And then it goes on the other side. I can't believe they got away with this. Right? Like, I feel like the MPAA is so notorious for just slapping an NC-17 on anything with any amount of male nudity, and this is so extended.
Oh, it's so funny.
It wiggles around so much.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
Oh.
Right away, baby. I'm waiting for George to finish burning this ass so that can go get his pizza, but he doesn't want to create dead air.
No, go ahead. I'll monologue if you want me to.
No, I want George to be back in the game.
I do too. Oh boy. Watto, how was your week? What'd you do?
I was busy.
Yeah.
Watto alternates between 2
back
weeks
in the game.
of feeling very helpless and overwhelmed by the state of the world, and then a week or 2 of manic sort of focus of just I feel like I am capable of distracting myself. Let me try to do as much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Whether that's helping people with their projects or making appearances or working on my own stuff or just checking in with people and socially distant virtual sort of hangout things or whatever, just jamming it full of stuff.
Jam it.
Now, I was saying, sorry to interrupt. Anyone heard that that's Judd Apatow's PP? I remember him saying that in an interview, and it's got to be a joke. That was
Why are you so confident?
Because that person's body looked 20 years younger than Judd Apatow.
Maybe he worked out. Many actors do before
a movie.
scene. Yes.
People can ask him. If people in the chat want to ask him.
Hashtag Washington Wattos. Ask Apatow. Did you get the PP?
Hashtag Washington. Hang on. At Judd Apatow. Is that your PP in Popstar?
And
hashtag Washington.
And make it capital P, capital P, capital P, capital P.
Yeah, I think
hashtag Washington Wattos. Hashtag Ask Apatow.
I think the wording has to be, did you make the PP loan in Popstar?
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Also, let's tweet at Briars. Thanks for the Star Wars ice cream.
Yes. And then hashtag it. Thanks for the PP loan. Getting my pizza.
Okay.
Hashtag Ask Apatow. Oh boy. I'm gonna pull Watto while he's gone.
Yeah, and go ahead and pull in my second unit camera while you're at it.
Oh sure.
Just to fill it in.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
You should flip it, George.
No. I think it's more interesting, isn't it?
Okay.
To get a different view, get a different perspective.
Yeah. You're doing a Quibi. Oh. Yeah, we'll leave it. It's fine.
What?
No, someone's saying that Apatow Productions took out a PPP loan, so maybe don't ask it as a PP loan.
Yeah.
Just say.
Is that your PP in Popstar?
Yeah. Is that your PP in Popstar? And if you've already sent it, delete it and resend it.
Delete it and resend it.
Delete it and resend it before Watto gets back.
Circle back. Circle back. Watto never needs to know that we dropped the bid. He'll think it's still circling.
Someone's saying just ask that your dick, and I'm saying no.
Nope.
We gotta We gotta be more creative.
Be classy. Be classier than that.
Yeah.
Say, is that your PP?
Yeah.
Patrick, I hope you like what I got for you.
I'm so curious as to what it is.
Because I'm genuinely, here's the thing. I genuinely thought that there was a chance that the one that I got outbid on, that you had gotten it for yourself.
So funny.
So I thought we might have gifted the Magi you, both of us.
And it's not something that we talked about.
No.
But you think it's something I'll like?
I know it is.
Okay. And it's not related to you. There's not much else I like.
Really. You'll like this.
Okay. Is it Studio 60 merch? Because I've been looking for that and I can't find anything.
No.
If anyone finds any Studio 60 merch, wrap gifts, whatever,
wrap gifts.
I'll gladly buy it.
I don't apply for loans. Someone's asking if I applied for a loan. Why would I need a loan? I give money to people.
That's a good point.
The alternate angle provides a clear glimpse of some of the art on display, and also you see a little bit of that little peek at Bobby Wuhl on the Arliss banner there. It's on the swinging bench. Just to guide you through some of the narrative art that we have on display here in this little mini museum. It's nothing really connected to me, but there's Max Headroom, who's one of the first digital characters. So that's obviously something that. What?
We got. Hang on one second. I got to bring Lotto back in for this.
Look
at this. Look at this art we got from Kevin Woods, the great Kevin Woods.
Oh. Whoa! What a perfect scene.
What a perfect scene. Written by George Lucas and acted by the perfect actors.
Give me some flash. One of those famous low fives. Is George? What did I miss? Is George doing a Quibi now?
No.
I have a second unit.
But it looks like it's in turnstile mode.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Katzenberg's famous turnstile mode. The proprietary Quibi technology that was not stolen from any other companies.
Yeah, and that's where
taking a quasi, a quick sip.
But there is Max Headroom, the digital character played by Matt Frewer from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Nick and Orphan Black.
I believe he's currently on HBO's Perry Mason.
Oh, wow.
Good for Frewer.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
So Watto rewatched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Blew Up the Kid. Have not rewatched Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves yet.
I've watched all three, so we could talk about this.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I would argue, should have more of a nostalgic reputation than it does these days. I feel like there are a lot of films from that era that have been canonized as like, we all agree these films are perfect, that are not as good as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, just wait until you get to Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
I'm just saying, and don't at me, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is better than Home Alone.
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is better than Goonies, but this is not the point I wanted to make. Do you know that in the film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Matt Frewer is 31 years old?
Oh, jeez. Which means he was like 25 when he was doing Max Headroom?
How old was he when he did the CBS sitcom Doctor?
Let's dig into all of this. The rest of the live stream is figuring out what age Matt Frewer was at different projects. January 4th, 1958 is his birthday. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is 1989.
President Eisenhower is gearing up towards the final days of his second term.
Max Headroom starts 1985. That seems to be the beginning of that.
Mm-hmm.
So he is 27.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor starts the same year as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, so he's 31 to 33. Isn't that crazy? 31 in that film.
That is crazy.
Watto was watching it and imagining what it would feel like to be a 31-year-old actor. Like a comic 31-year-old actor watching that movie and going like, that's weird. I never would be able to be cast as
the next door neighbor.
Right.
That is crazy because I'm looking at him now and he does not look 31.
Right.
Yeah, he's a year older than Garp in the film The World According to Garp, when Garp has sex with the babysitter when driving her home.
Yeah. He's 3 years older than me there.
Can you get the picture without the hat? Like one of the ones where he has like the dart on his head or something?
Sure. Without the hat. Let's see.
I mean, he rules in that movie. He's so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah. I don't see a dart on his head.
There's a scene where he gets the dart.
I do think that younger people looked older in the past.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Like, I think if you were to show a photo of a 20-year-old Bob Newhart, he would look like a 50-year-old Paul Rudd.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage.
Okay. There we go. Was Bob Newhart the Paul Rudd of his day, where people were like, "Man, that Bob Newhart, he never ages."
He's always 60.
It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage. Is that? Why can I not remember if that is that Indiana Jones?
Of course it is.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was Han Solo or Indiana Jones.
It's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's not the years, sweetheart. It's the parsecs.
Well, that was why I was trying to think. Like,
They don't talk about mileage. There's no such thing as a mile in Star Wars.
Well, that's why I was confused.
They don't have miles.
Joan Cusack, great. I wish she did more in this movie.
Agreed.
Wow. Way to Cusack shame her.
Yeah.
It's not a Cusack shame. It's not a Cusack shame.
You're shaming her for not being in more of the film.
Yeah. And now you're Cusack explaining to us you're Cusack shaming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right, George.
I mean, you're accusacking her of choosing to not be in more of the film.
Jacques Cusack.
Cusack, Patrick. Jacques Cusack.
John Cusack.
And that should be some fan art. Someone make Cusack fan art. Cusack.
And we're a mere 20. Well, hold on.
Oh, guys.
We are. Hold on, guys. We are, I believe, less than a minute away from overtaking Martin Scorsese's The Irishman.
Wild.
Which was 3 hours and 29 minutes, according to IMDb. Is that the correct running time?
Should we just wait? We should just wait. You ready?
Wait for what?
Wait for what?
For us to surpass it.
Yeah.
Just wait a minute.
But I think until we get to 3:30, we can't confidently say that.
Fine. We'll wait.
Something
right now.
Wrong. All of our
right now. Here's the thing.
Out.
Here's the thing. I know Marty, and this
Wait,
is
with Alec Baldwin?
What?
Here's the thing: with Alec Baldwin or without?
Watto, are you just calling someone out for saying "here's the thing" for the first time? Because it has been said conservatively 350 times during this stream.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
If I know Marty,
star of To Rome with Love,
when he finds out that our short episode of this stream is longer than The Irishman, a project that took him decades to make, and we did this in a day. We did this in less than a day. We did this in just slightly more time than it takes to watch The Irishman. And he spent decades trying to get it made, and then years actually making it.
Yeah.
And
we put out more.
We are 10 seconds away from.
Here we go. Let's count. 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One. Let's play Rhapsody in Blue. Let's play Rhapsody in Blue. Patrick, can we play Rhapsody in Blue?
I'm nervous it's going to get pulled, George.
It's public domain.
Public domain.
I know.
Search for public domain Rhapsody in Blue.
Come on, I got the little taste. You got to give me more.
Give it. To celebrate being longer than The Irishman.
Hang on, it froze. Hang on 1 second.
And here's the thing. The Irishman's great. Lots of people love it. But there will be people who like this stream more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it took almost no effort.
And that's a valid.
Yeah.
We spent most of this time. We spent most of this time watching another movie that wasn't The Irishman.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, or at least a big chunk of this time.
Yes.
It's a real great prank on Marty. The sheet music is, but not the recording. So maybe we can't play. Maybe we can't play.
Yeah. Let's hold on.
Rhapsody in Blue.
Okay.
Is there a MIDI version of Rhapsody in Blue that we can play?
I have a better idea. Patrick,
What?
I want you to go to YouTube.
Yeah.
And I want you to search royalty-free music.
Right.
Okay.
And whatever the top option is, we play that.
Yeah.
at our
In
victory.
celebration.
Okay, here it is.
Ready?
Okay.
This is called Everything You Need Is By Your Side by Vlad Gushlenko.
And that was a bad
So anyways, they're
Moms
making
Dance
up.
party.
That was a Bad Moms Dance.
That's a Bad Moms Dance Party.
Someone asked in the chat, can we get Vlad? Can we burn the ask and get Vlad on the show?
Can we get Vlad, Patrick? Can you burn that ass?
Sometimes, Patrick.
Sometimes, Patrick, like now?
Sometimes it's good to be Vlad. Sometimes it's good to be Vlad. And that's the hashtag is it's good to be Vlad. It feels
He's from Russia. Hang on, I found his Instagram.
okay.
Hang on, guys, this will be really fun.
Hold on.
I'm going to post his Instagram in the chat.
Okay.
I want everyone to follow him right now.
Great. Vlad.
Okay, we're all going to follow him. We're all going to follow him and say, everyone comment on his most recent post. George Lucas sent me.
Feels good to be Vlad.
Hold on. I wonder what's his Vlad what?
Vladest Art. VLADEST_art.
All right. There's nothing bad this guy did, right?
Oh, let's hope not.
I mean,
Okay.
who knows?
How do I invite him to do an Instagram live with me?
God, I hope Vlad doesn't turn out to be a milkshake duck.
Okay, so I'm following him.
Yeah. And we're going to say George Lucas sent me on his most recent post.
It already has been posted so many times.
Oh, that's so funny.
And remember, you have to follow as well. Don't just comment. Follow.
Follow him.
We want Vlad to get the TLTS one.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny.
Feels good to be Vlad, baby.
There's so many comments.
Oh man.
All right. Tell your friends to do it too.
Tell your
Yeah.
friends.
Any of you who are in the comments, if you have someone like a roommate, someone that is in the same place you live, tell them to go there and say the same thing.
Tell them it's a cool thing to do. It's the new viral trend.
It's a cool thing to do.
It's the new revealing something is a cake.
So here's another thing behind me here. That's Winnie the Pooh for president. That's a narrative poster. It tells a story. Over here is an ET poster from McDonald's. And that's my buddy Steve made that.
Buddy Steve.
There's from Hot Dog Magazine. That is a Looney Tunes poster that says, "Happy birthday, Looney Tunes." It's damaged because I guess whoever owned this poster first liked it so much that it tore in half and they taped it back together.
Where did you get it from, George?
Just donations, collections.
Oh, that's
Probably.
nice.
I just was hit with if someone said to me, Watto, make up the kind of thing that your friend George Lucas would talk about. I would say, I don't know, having a poster from Hot Dog Magazine that says Happy Birthday Looney Tunes. That's in poor condition from being hung too much.
Over
it
here,
was so aggressively displayed that it now has damage.
over here, you can't really see it. There's a Battlestar Galactica poster. They ripped off Star Wars.
The fuck is Hot Dog Magazine? What kind of content did they cover?
Watto, I'm going to say this.
I'm just impressed.
I'm going to say this. If Hot Dog Magazine still existed, Watto would have a lifetime subscription to it. Let's bring up some examples of what Hot Dog Magazine looks like. Can we do that, Patrick?
Yeah, sure. Hang on 1 second.
Just like a gallery of covers. Hot Dog Magazine covers. There was Dynamite Magazine and Hot Dog Magazine were both popular around the same era. Star Wars, I think, had quite a few covers on both, maybe, if I recall correctly.
Here we go. Hang on, it's coming up.
Wow, this was a long time.
Oh, wow. And you didn't say it's hot dog with an exclamation point.
That's right. Now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Willie Tanner. No, what's his name? What was his name, George?
Max Tanner? No, Max is the actor's name? Now I'm trying to remember.
Isn't it Willie?
Let me look at that.
We should get Alf on the stream.
Absolutely. Max Wright is the actor's name.
Max Wright. I think it's Willie Tanner.
His name is Willie Tanner. You name
now, I want you to also look up Dynamite Magazine.
Okay.
Patrick,
now, wait. Do you really want me to try to get Alf on the stream?
Yes.
Absolutely. Burn the ask.
Burn the ask.
I will try this week.
All right.
Oh, I've seen Dynamite Magazine before. Why do I feel like I have an issue of it?
Marielle Heller currently on screen.
Look at Dynamite. Look at Dynamite Magazine.
Oh, wow. So this is more of a teen heartthrob.
Yeah, yeah. Like Hot Dog was for kids, and Dynamite.
Look at these guys.
Like, yeah, look at these guys. Look at that Star Wars one. Look at that. That's a Dynamite Magazine. Yeah.
The last I checked, hang on, I'm going to refresh how many comments he got on his Instagram.
Yeah.
He got 39 comments so far. If we want to keep adding them, I say go for it. You got a following comment. Oh, this is when he's yelling at Mariah Carey.
There we go. And look, you cannot see the hesitation on Chris Red's face. He was saying he felt so uncomfortable, but man, what a confident performer. He never shows it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got to get Alf on the show.
Someone in the chat said this is a very hard show to step away from and come back to.
That's why we always say. That's why we always say. Well, say it with me. Never step away.
We always say that.
Oh, this is also a good point, George.
Oh, because Alf likes to eat pussycats?
Oh, George!
I didn't say the. I didn't put a the in front of it. I didn't put a the in front of it because I know that would have bothered you.
Say puddy tat. Say puddy tat.
You came out of the gate so hot with that, George.
What do you mean?
Just it was immediate.
What do you mean?
It was like the second we brought Mary on.
Yeah. Oh, so you want me to say Alf likes to eat puddy tats? That's better?
Yes, much
better. I don't want you to bring it up.
I don't think it is. Alf comes from the planet Melmac.
Yeah.
And their cats are pussycats are not house pets. Pussycats are food. They eat pussycats.
Right, but on that planet, he's not known as Alf. That's alien life form. That's
he's
a nickname.
Gordon
Shumway, of course, right.
Yeah.
We all know he's Gordon Shumway.
Now, I don't want to pitch this, but I want to pitch this.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should watch Alf at some point.
What's it on?
We all know who is one of the biggest Alf fans in the world.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I wish that they would go back.
No, hang on. George, stop. George, stop. George, stop. Otto, who?
Chris Gethard.
He loves Alf.
No, I don't think Gethard's watching right now, but what if we could book Alf on the Big Lake fundraiser? Gethard was campaigning very hard to be in the Alf movie that never got made.
Nobody tells
but I want to say this. There's so few episodes of Big Lake and so many people I'm trying to get.
You're saying there's no room for Alf in the Big Lake Watchathon?
There's no room for Alf from Melmac in the Big Lake Watchathon. Gordon Shumway.
You're saying you want Alf over someone like John Gabris?
I'm saying we don't have to choose. We put Alf and Gabris on the same stream.
Absolutely. That's a perfect comedy team. And also, I'm saying what they waste to bring Alf on and not be able to see Chris Gethard's reaction in real time. I'm saying I'm looking at like a dais in my head that's like multiple boxes at the screen at one time, and there's Gethard and there's Gabris, and then Alf pops up between them.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
There's only one thing to do.
Yeah, you should see what you can do.
Yeah.
Do it not. There is no try, Patrick.
You should, Patrick. He's right. You should see what you can do.
You should really see what you should do, Patrick.
Guys, this is a good song too.
Yeah, the fish reveal is really funny.
It's very funny. Someone's saying Gabris is not a tough get, and I disagree.
Yeah, try getting him.
Hardest man. You try getting him. Hey, Rumbop, you get him this week. Okay? You got to make a podcast and get Gabris within the week. That's my challenge to you, Rumbop.
Toughest get in the business. Mike Mitchell from Doughboys. That's the one that's impossible.
It's true.
What was I trying to say when you cut me off before, Patrick?
You should see what you can do.
Before when you were like, no, you cut me off. I was about to say something really good.
I don't know. You were cutting off Watto.
Yeah, you should see what you do.
You should see what you should do.
That's what I was saying when he cut me off.
Watto, here, every second that goes that this stream continues is 1 second more than the Irishman.
I know.
I bet we could do 2 Irishmen tonight.
Nope.
A double Irishman?
No, truly fuck off. Truly.
What if we
truly
watch
from the bottom of my heart, fuck off.
Hey, George.
How long is American Graffiti?
No, we got to save American Graffiti.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rumbop, you say you just got him. Prove it. Prove it, Rumbop.
Prove it, Rumbop. Pixar didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen, Rumbop.
I'll go even further, Rumbot. Gifts or it didn't happen. I won't settle for a still photo. I need some movement on that thing.
Guys, let's do the donkey roll.
Oh yeah.
I just did all this dancing. I mean, please.
Yeah. Hold on. We should do it when they do it.
Yeah, they already did it.
No, the guest comes out.
Are you behind us?
Yeah, George.
Am I behind it?
Am I like several
I'm at
minutes?
120. No, I'm at 120.30. Yeah.
120.30? We're at 120.40, George.
Yeah, George.
I'm at 120.40.
George, I don't know what the...
You're bad at this, George.
Dare I say it, George? What's your fucking deal?
You know
I'm
what?
I'm at 120.54. I just jumped ahead.
Oh, George, you're so bad at this.
You're so bad.
Sometimes it's good to be bad, though.
Michael Bolton. Let's get Michael Boatman. Let's get Michael Boatman and Michael Bolton on the stream, Patrick.
Can we
right
go
now? Right now.
Wait, let's get Boatman, Bolton, and Dave Herman.
No, not Michael Boatman, Michael Bolton, John Bolton, and then we'll have Michael Boatman and John Bolton bolt John Bolton to a boat in Central Park, and then they push the boat out into the middle of the water there. That's a fun segment.
Yeah. Oh wow.
The boat where it happened.
You're so glad at this.
So glad at what?
The boat where it happened. No, I said I don't know. Someone's saying, when is Vlad? It's 6:35 a.m. in Kiev right now.
What about this? What about we get Michael Bolton, and any Balkan. Any Balkan we can pick. So it's a Boatman, a Bolton, and a Balkan.
Is Vlad a Balkan?
I don't know. Let's ask. Because sometimes it's good to be Vlad.
Hang on. All right, guys, go back to Vlad's Instagram and say, "Are you a Balton?"
I don't know if we
Balkans?
can ask that.
We can't ask that? Okay, don't ask that.
No, I'm not saying it offensive. I'm saying too much too soon. We're trying to make friends with the guy. Let's not blow our shot, you know?
I don't think he is. I don't. Oh, wait, no. Is Kiev in Ukraine? Oh, God.
Embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. I don't think he is a Balkan.
Very embarrassing.
Yeah, Kiev's the capital of Ukraine. Yes, I knew that.
Wow, very embarrassing.
No, I knew that. Hey, George, did you ever get a response?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us?
I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, wow, okay.
I got to be polite.
What about we get Michael Bolton, and Bronson Pinchot? Because he played bulky communist on Perfect Strangers. It would be Bolton, and Barker. I don't know. I thought I would be asleep by now.
No, you didn't. You don't sleep at night, Watto.
That's actually very true.
Here's the thing. Well, I would feel bad about this, Watto.
Here's the thing.
Without a bottle or without?
Here's the thing. If I genuinely thought, Watto, that ending the stream when you wanted to end the stream would have made your day better as opposed to worse, But I think going a little bit longer is making your day better. And I think your fear...
I've made it incredibly clear. It's not about today. I've had the great time
that's
today.
the thing. Your fear of the future. But I'll promise you this. I'll promise you this.
I'm from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. The future scares me.
I'll promise you this, Watto. If there ever is a week where you genuinely feel like ending the stream early is the right call. Let's make a safe word.
Okay.
All right, let's agree to it.
Yeah. What's the word?
It can't be something that's going to come up naturally in conversation.
Okay,
you don't want to accidentally say it. It can't be Star Wars. Can't be Indiana Jones.
Can't be Rockwell.
Can't be Poopa or Pee-Pee.
No, can't be Radioland or Murders.
Nope. Can't be Howard. Can't be the.
No, can't be that.
Can't be Duck.
Can't be We or Why.
No. It can't be Phantom Menace, Attack of Clones.
Revenge of Sith.
Right. Can't be New or Hope. It can't
be Detours.
Empire Strikes Back.
Lucasfilm.
Return Jedi. Fast.
Bolton.
Boatman.
Gabrus.
Bulky.
Studio.
Vlad.
60.
Sunset.
Big.
Strip.
Lake.
Marathon.
Muppets.
Watch Along.
Tonight.
Watchathon.
Geico.
Arliss.
Michaels.
Bobby.
16.
Wool.
100.
10.
16.
Skip. Can't be Skip.
Gotta.
Gilchrist.
Get. Gad.
Little.
Rich.
Big.
Twist.
Okay, wait a second.
Someone is suggesting, Andy Blandy is suggesting Trumbo.
You're saying that the safe word is Trumbo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a chance he types in the bathtub?
Trying to write in the bathtub.
I think we'll say it.
I think so too. It's too much fun. I can't leave that on the table.
What if we do a Dumbo spoof with our current president?
Yeah. Oh, but okay, wait. So it's
what if that's an episode where we book Dumbo, Trumbo, and Trumpo?
and Lyndon Johnson's penis.
Yes, Jumbo. And also the ghost of Peter Falk, Columbo.
And
Gummo.
Yes.
The movie.
Harmony Korine's classic film.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
And also, what did I have to say?
I was gonna say we finished the movie.
We did finish the movie, which means we truly are heading towards what I believe will be. Let's go ahead now. I'm gonna leave the second unit.
I think we're perhaps this might be the last 30 seconds of the show.
We could very likely be in the final 30 seconds of the show.
It's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, we've gone for 3 hours and 54 minutes.
Which I think would probably be the average for most of them.
Right. And is it almost midnight where you are?
We have 5 minutes.
5 minutes till midnight. So it feels like we're in the epilogue. We're in the final 5 minutes. Let's say that we're in the final 5 minutes. Can we agree with that?
Yes.
How long are the closing credits, Patrick?
I'm done.
No, how long are they?
Oh, about a minute.
No, let's unpack this. What did you mean when I said, how long are the closing credits, Patrick? And you said, I'm done.
No, I said they're done, and I meant the movie we were just watching, George.
Mm-hmm. Did you say I'm done?
No, maybe I meant I'm done on the stream. Like mine has finished.
Can I just say I would very much like this live stream to be like the excellent Richard Linklater film trilogy, ending with Before Midnight.
I'd like to be done before sunrise.
Well, then, George, you're like pushing your luck here.
And, just to finish the trilogy before sunset, I'm fine going through the night.
No, but you guys are going backwards. That's how the franchise starts, not how it ends. It has to end before midnight.
I don't do franchises in story order.
Yeah, it rhymes, Watto. It rhymes.
It rhymes. Here's a fun fact for people who, this is a little just behind the scenes, because often with Star Wars films, when I would make them, we would release behind the scenes documentaries, little electronic press kits, EPKs. From the beginning, we've done that, where we show a little glimpse. So one interesting little fun fact about the show is sometimes, as a matter of fact, very often when we end these streams, even if they've gone for a very long amount of time, we will end them publicly and the stream will continue for sometimes hours.
Don't you want to start that process as soon as possible?
I really do. That's why we're winding down now, Watto. We're in the final...
Maybe the last 30 seconds.
Well, that's why I wanted to know how long the closing credits for this show.
They're like a minute and a half, George.
So 90 seconds. So really we should be aiming to... I want to get out right at midnight. I think that's I think that's clean, right? If we're right out at midnight.
Sure.
So what do we need? So at 3:58:30.
Yeah, at 58 we want to be saying our final words.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
And we're at 57 right now.
I see like we're at 56:36.
Hey George. A lot of people are suggesting you inflate the 8 before midnight.
That's something we do for charity. I'll show you the 8, which is fully inflated.
It's not a way to end the stream.
No, but he's right. We should save it for charity.
I don't do this. I do this for good causes, for charity.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's the 8. He's inflated. When it's Big Lake, BB-8 is not going to be deflated until Big Lake.
Yeah.
And it's going to matter. And we're going to have...
I'll play this. I might even throw BB-8 in the river.
11:58, George.
On Big Lake Day. Because I'm right near that creek. I'll throw him in the creek.
That's very funny, and we love that. 11:58. What are the final things we want to say?
Yeah, George, let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, I want to thank our guests, Chris Redd and Mary Holland, for being on the show.
Two of the best in the business.
Offer only.
Bobby Wuhl. Because wool that ends wool.
Where there's a wool, there's a way.
Yes.
And so we had Redd and Holland and Wuhl. Redd, Holland and Wuhl sounds like a law firm that I would trust.
You're creating
Redd, Holland and Wuhl.
Yeah, 10 seconds, George. Wrap it up.
No, 3:58:30 is where we're going to. And
your time is wrong, George.
I'm looking at the red time on the screen. It says live.
Yeah, but we started at... Doesn't matter. Just keep going, George.
I'm just telling you where I'm going at. If we go a little past midnight, that's fine. Watto.
What?
Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you, George. I value our friendship.
I value our friendship as well. Everybody make sure to keep going to Vlad's Instagram and saying that George Lucas sent you.
Sometimes it's good to be Vlad.
And even let's also say, even if you're watching the YouTube later,
yes,
you should go anyways. And also, let's say the show will go up online on Tuesday if you can.
Yeah.
Retweet the tweets about it. Tell your friends about it. Post it because it helps getting more eyes on it.
We're calling it Tuesday Tubes Day.
Yes, and tweet about Chris Redd being a human crawl. Tweet about Mary Holland being offer only. Tweet at the people involved with Studio 60. And what are the other things we said to tweet at? Well, the Washington Wattos will either happen or not happen by the time this is up on YouTube.
Right. And do we have anything we want to announce for next week, or do we want to keep that a surprise?
We'll keep it a surprise. Keep your eyes out on social media.
And I want to thank everyone for watching, and we will see you next week. And may the force be with you always.